Chào mừng tất cả các bạn khán giả đã trở lại với
Welcome back,
VCS năm
everyone, to this very much anticipated series. We are in week 6, day 3 of the VCS, and this might be the most important series we have cast all split, because this one will decide a lot of the playoff implications here. Loki on one
Yep.
side, coming off their very strong performance against DBL, facing off against EVOS, a team struggling to really get going. Looked a little bit better in the last few series, but still struggled to lock down the victories. I'm Yulwei with you as always, and with me every day. What do you think about this series?
I think it's going to be super interesting. As you hinted, it's incredibly important. But I mean, EVOS is really having a big fight back in the back half of this split. And while Loki did look really good yesterday, I actually think EVOS is in with a pretty decent chance here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think
They're
Loki
not
actually
the,
looks like
they're
one
not
of the
the
best
favourite.
teams right now.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I should clarify. When I say decent chance, 30%?
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
25?
that's very fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
I think right
Which
now
is pretty
Loki
good
has
against
actually
Loki.
found something that works for them very well.
Yeah.
Artifact has looked like a very big carry for the team. He's back to his week 1 and week 2 performances where we gave him 4 MVPs. He's now sitting at 8, leader in terms of MVP points at our MVP ranking. Celebrity has stepped up on his Caitlyn most of the time.
Yep.
And
He's really good.
yeah, Celebrity looks good. And Hani is still good on his mages. DNK finally has kind of dropped the over-aggressive tendencies with his Nidalee and stuff like that, overly invading. And yeah, the support has been good all season. So I really like Loki right now. I'm not sure if they are capable of winning the VCS, but they are
No.
definitely one of our top teams right here.
Oh, but we're straight into Champions Select here. Absolutely no time to talk about anything else, as it is Silas being taken out. That's a champion that got absolutely no priority last series. Not bad, not picked in all 3 games, I think. That's very interesting. Yuumi response by Loki.
Yeah,
What
Yuumi
are
obviously
the
first pick
power
worthy.
picks? Absolutely.
I think banning out 1 or 2 champs for Bud 1 is probably a good plan. Maybe Renekton to force him on something that's more even lane. I really like this Caitlyn ban against Celebrity, by the way. I think this is very smart. Celebrity and Venus have been Lux, Caitlyn, and now Caitlyn Morgana abusers. So, yep, banning away Caitlyn. I really like this move from EVOS.
Yeah, I think that's basically a perfect ban. It really disrupts what Loki have been doing recently. I mean, obviously, Celebrity has other strings in his bow, but you may as well cut the strongest one. Aatrox, the last one to be removed. No top laner getting that one. And what will Loki answer? I wouldn't mind a Renekton ban here.
Yep, as I said, Renekton
Yep.
into Bud 1 I think is a good idea. Aatrox is a banned out, so Renekton. I mean, maybe Renekton is not quite as highly prioritized if Aatrox, the most picked top laner, maybe is not there anymore. Irelia is still open as well, and Renekton to Irelia is still a winning matchup for for Renekton, but not as hard. I like this one though.
Nico's the pick, though.
Yeah, and this is a
That's
pick for DR1. He has looked great on the Nico in the mid lane, and to pick it away from Hani as well, because Hani is our
very
best
true.
top lane Nico. So a nice first pick for EVOS. I want to touch on DivKit being in the game as well. Sadly, the pick and bans is very quick at this game, so we don't have a lot of time to talk. But No Way is out again. I don't really understand why.
Yeah.
No Way was the starting ADC for the last few series, but I guess they want to try something else. This is the most important series for them, all split. They need to win this one. And DivKit is back in. Let's see if he can bring something to the table. No Way was not able to show us. No Way is the illusion specialist. DivKit a little bit more diverse in terms of champions.
Yeah. This could be an interesting pick if the Ashe comes out.
And this might be exactly why DivKit is back in. This is an interesting adaptation. We have not seen Comet Ash once in the VCS. We've only seen one Ashe, and the Ashe played Lethal Tempo. Not the greatest Ashe ever. So
No, it wasn't great. I hope we do see more the Mage Ashe here, the Comet Mage Ashe.
you usually want to pair the Comet Mage Ashe with a big DPS teamfighting champ in the mid lane. So we're still lacking a little bit of DPS on the side of EVOS. If you look at big carry potential, Irelia is still open. Maybe you want to go Irelia bot and rely on your new top laner to carry the game. Not sure if I'll agree with that particular tactic.
It is interesting, to say the least, but...
What?
What? Lux ban on 914?
That's mid lane Lux, right? Is it though?
Is it? I mean, it's being banned because it's a Rakan counter, but it's not good.
So this is an interesting ban. Maybe it's really only just to ban out the Rakan counters. There's still Morgana open. Morgana is the better Rakan counter on this patch. So if you ban out Lux but not Morgana, I will be furious.
Nope, ban Nautilus. I mean, Nautilus is also pretty good against Rakan.
I really don't agree that Nautilus is a Rakan counter. But yeah, he's okay against Rakan.
I didn't say it's a counter. He's okay, but he's definitely not like Morgana.
I've heard it a lot on official broadcasts, though. In the LEC yesterday, they talked about Nautilus being a Rakan counter. I was like, what? Really? No, he's not.
He is a little bit. But there's the Renekton ban as well. Could be hinting that's actually Nico for but one. They're banning out top laners,
so,
maybe?
I would like to see the Nico for the year one, because he has been performing greatly on the pick.
And Irelia will be the pick for Hani, presumably.
And that means this is not a Nico top lane, because you can't play Nico top into Irelia. It's impossible. So this is mid lane Nico.
Yep.
What are the last two picks?
So what is going to be the response from EVOS? So we need a support and a top laner.
We need
to
damage.
Go alongside the Ashe. I'd still like the Morgana. Braum?
We've seen way too much Braum today.
Glacial synergy.
Where do all the
good glacial synergy?
Yeah, in TFT, but it's not the greatest bot lane.
No, it's not. He got 50 extra armor this patch, depending on which patch notes you read.
That's true. 50 extra armor on the Rift would be insane, but sadly it's wrong.
Ridiculous. Imagine that. They just randomly say, yeah, Braum starts with 50 extra armor.
90 armor. He's just sitting there. Okay, auto-tech me,
please.
Auto-tech me, please.
Yeah. Ooh, but Rumble last pick. That's going to be a mid-lane Rumble, I think.
You think so?
That's fun. I think so.
Might be Rumble into the top lane to counter the Jace.
They're not switching at the moment.
That's very surprising.
And it looks like it also might be a mid-lane... there's the switch. I think they might be... Yeah, it is a top lane.
What's going on?
Is this actually a mid-lane Jace?
I really hope it's not mid-lane Jace into Irelia and Rumble against Nico.
They have to swap by 30, don't they?
I'm not sure. I think by 20 is the...
Well, I mean, they could have swapped by now. And the coaches are leaving the stage, so... Mid-lane Jace instead of D1's Nico.
I mean, it can still be swapped around in the lanes. I think Jace would definitely fare better in the top lane. Nico would be way better in the mid lane. Yeah, that's harsh. But Loki has looked good.
I mean, it's kind of accurate, though. Loki's looked good.
What do you think of Loki's logo?
I hate it. It's really bad.
It reminds me of Coca-Cola, right? It looks
I like the team, but that's a rubbish logo.
That's not great.
You could do something so much cooler. You could have like a keyhole or something, because you're low key.
Yep.
That'd be cool. But
it's a little like a Pac-Man or something as well, right? So...
It kind of looks like, if you look at it a little bit weird, it kind of looks like a face that's just been punched. Like, so where the L and the K are.
Oh, we get the best set again. We get the best set.
Oh, the dragons! Oh my god!
15 top nut. That's probably the Ocean Drake set.
I assume that's how you say Ocean Drake. I wonder which word is dragon or Drake.
Yeah, no idea. I have
no idea.
But 0.43 is probably the average for the game. So the 0.43 Ocean Drakes per game, that's insanely high.
Useless statistic.
But it's insanely high.
Something else for useless for chat to chew on. we'll let chat figure it out. There are 4 champions in the game that only have 1 damaging ability. See if you can figure out who they are, guys. Something to tide you over in the early game. But this should be a fun game, so we don't need to talk too much just shit.
Definitely should be. There will be some little states where we can come back to this very interesting question. I already know 1 champion, but I have to figure out the other 3 as well. So,
one of them I wouldn't have thought of, but the other 3 kind of make sense.
I mean,
But
this
regardless,
late allocation for Loki is really throwing me off. I don't understand why you would send Aurelia mid lane if you have the best Aurelia matchup in the top lane you can ever dream of.
Yeah, I mean, but it could still be Aurelia top.
Yeah,
It'd
it
just
looks
be
like
artifact
it's still
play.
Aurelia top.
I think that's going to be the case. I think Aurelia will chase Nico around the map. I feel like they didn't expect the swap not to come in. Like,
yeah, and the
this
Rumble into Jace in the mid lane. Have to think about that one a little bit. Usually Rumble is actually okay into Jace, especially from levels 3, 4 onwards. Mid lane might be a little bit harder. He can't use the brushes to play against the Jace. We'll have to see how that one turns out. Usually Rumble is just able to handshake, not face check. That's not good. Handshake.
No, you shouldn't face check.
I mean, he can face check as Rumble sometimes, but he should not. Yeah, what I want to say is he's able to handshake the lane, and should be happening here as well. Please swap the targets on the map as well. Yeah, thank you.
Yep, and they have. Good on you, VCS production. Got on it just in time.
A little bit of a world lead early on to the side of EVOS, but that will equalize with the waves, so nothing really has happened.
Like 50 goals.
Yeah.
Not particularly important, this gold lead, but here comes a little bit of engage. Sorn wants to try and fight DNK, misses the EQ, but DNK hits the belly bounce, so he has the HP lead. But Jace has priority in mid, denying the Rumble roam. And who got the red buff in the end?
Oh, it's
DNK got it. Yep, and now Sorn is in so much trouble because the artifact is here. The flash forward. Hani is... No, I think they should have given the kill to Hani. But I think red buff burn might have gotten it.
Should have given the kill over to the mid laner, or even the top laner.
I think red buff burn was the last hit, because I didn't actually see an auto attack.
Possible.
If red buff burn got it,
also not sure if DNK had flash there, to be honest. I think the mid laner
came
in.
True. With the Rumble coming in, yeah. And down in the bot lane, DivKid in a lot of trouble. I was doing the incredible sin of taking a sip of water.
Yeah, too much action to take a sip of water, so please don't do that again.
I'm sorry, hydration is not more... Remember, kids, commentating comes first. Hydration is not important.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So looking at the early lane matchups, top lane...
Tier 1 in a lot of trouble here. He's actually going to go for the aggressive trade kill. Hani is on very low health and he goes down. Tier 1's got to hit the legs now. This is another Dark Harvest Gragas picking up the second kill.
I just wanted to touch on the same thing, because this is DNK again. And DNK seems to really like his Dark Harvest Gragas. It is again.
Also, it's lethal tempo, Ash.
Oh no.
Why? I don't get it.
But the best Ash skin, at least. Or one of the best Ash skins.
What? Project
Ash is great as well. That's true. That's very true. But both are great. I like the recall animation of this Ash skin as well.
Ash has some really good skins, just in general.
And a lot of skins as well. Look at this again. Dia1 sees the opportunity to go for the fight. Hani overheats, so no shield for him. Could have flashed away, but probably would still have died. Not sure if the flash was an option there. Probably not.
I don't think he would have been able to flash far enough.
No, I don't think so either.
Ooh,
and now but one is in trouble.
Artifact engaging, but he's winning the trade so far, but now the Conqueror's procced. And this is why you don't put Nico against Aurelia. Oh, Artifact flashes forward, but misses an auto.
Where was his Q?
Well, But1 going forward realizes he had a chance, but what are you doing, But1? You could have just not.
Yeah, indeed. You could have just not. Another Dark Harvest deck, by the way.
Yep, and Sorn is going to go down as well. This is an absolute bloodbath, but favouring low key. Dia1 now hitting the legs, has to run away as fast as he can, but the Harpoon comes in, slows him down.
And another Dark Harvest deck.
DNK has 3 kills. His Dark Harvest is popping off on Gragas.
Yeah, it's he has selected, no, collected, not selected, 4 Dark Harvest stacks
Selected the
already.
lane.
I mean, yeah, he has selected the mid lane and it has paid off for him, definitely. Like, very, very great selection. Nice choice.
Also, the lane swap's coming in now. They've realized after, 2 kills for 2 deaths for DO1 and But1 doing the most bonkers decision of chasing down an Irelia, they have decided maybe we shouldn't hard counter at Nico.
Yeah, but now
Crazy.
there's priority for Loki, so if they want, they can just swap back. Shouldn't be too hard to swap back. But look at this very weird 1v1 again. Artifact has more damage on his auto attacks, obviously. Now I'm not sure what But1 was really thinking here. Like,
You have to know that he's not
no?
going to get locked up long enough without minions.
Yeah.
If there was minions there and it was able to go through minions, then okay, sure, but it wasn't. So you
And I
just
mean,
die.
he's AP Nico, so he's not. Oh, I know why he thought this would work. I actually know why. He played too much on-hit Nico before, and on-hit Nico is scales
killed
E
that.
on 2 a little bit quicker, so the root duration is longer. So I think he overestimated his root duration because of the.
Wow, DNK just stole that away after the failed invade from Thorn. He
Thorn
hasn't
is
had a
one
jungle.
level lower than the enemy support.
Yep, and I mean the real Dark Harvest here is what they're doing to the jungle of EVOS.
Indeed.
He's harvesting the minions, and Artifact and DO1 having a bit of a scrap up in the top lane. Artifact looking like he's going to come out on top, but didn't want to go into the bush. No, it's not quite good enough, but didn't want to go into the bush. But you need to be so careful here, Dia.
Oh,
this
no,
is
the
an
Q's not
Irelia.
there. Dia has to back off.
I think we might be a little bit out of sync because things have played out. But here it is. Artifact being tower dived on. Thorn, level 4, wants to make something happen. Nico's here as well. Artifact's going to try and get the trade kill, but can't quite do it. And DO1 picks up that one. Very clean dive in the
Nicely
end.
done. I think we're in sync. Sounded to me like
Good.
you commented in sync, so
Okay.
let's just try to roll with it. To the next. Maybe I was just reminiscing a little bit, because
Maybe Brain was out of sync.
yeah, that's very possible.
Always possible after a Cerberus versus FTV series.
Don't go back and watch that, by the way. If you just joined us
Don't
for the
bother.
series, don't.
Go watch
Just
Loki versus DBO yesterday. Just watch that one again, even if you watched it live.
This was a great series. This one might shape out to be a great series as well. But Loki is off to a great start. 2.3k gold at 8 minutes, 5-2 in kills, and 4 Dark Harvest stacks for DNK.
Have a look at DivKid's inventory.
No, DivKid. No.
What is this building?
It's Blade.
Blade, yeah, true. But why?
The old Ash build.
Why is the VCS slowly coming around to going, ooh, Ash is a thing. We see that coming in other regions. Oh, what did she build? We don't need to look at that.
Yeah.
Just Ash.
Yeah. Really looks like
why Ash research.
Scouting is a little bit, or not scouting, preparing in terms of meta reads and something is a little bit lazy in the VCS. Maybe analysts are not quite on top of their game. Maybe there are no analysts, who knows? DBL, I think, is the only team with a really good meta read all the time.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, but DBL has had that international experience, has probably learnt the value of it. So
yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, look, it's a minor region. As minor regions grow, you see more professionalizing in out of game stuff, like better analysts, better coaches, coaches' little books that aren't just for show.
Yeah. FTV, hire a coach, please. Hire a coach.
That'd be really nice.
I mean, they won the game in the end against Cerberus.
They did, but I mean, was it a game? I mean, it was kind of like just two dying bodies flailing at each other, and Cerberus bled out first. Oh, man.
That's fair. I guess that's fair. I think the third game actually was quite an okay game.
Yeah,
of Legends. Not great, but it was okay.
Yeah. And looking across the map now, it's pretty even in most CS departments, except really the jungle. That's the big one.
Yeah, and we already touched on the Dark Harvest choice. might seem a little bit weird if if this is the first time watching DNK Gragas, but he really likes his Dark Harvest Gragas. A lot of burst damage.
It still seems a bit weird.
It seems very weird.
Not gonna
Considering
lie.
that you could go Predator for extra damage, and you could also just go Electrocute if you wanted burst. Not really sure what the Dark Harvest has over those two rune choices.
But I mean, when you have a start like this, it seems pretty good. And there's the arrow there onto Venus. Thorn goes forward, but this is Xayah Rakan. That's never going to work.
Oh, that's so sad to see. They finally found an opportunity to look for a play, and Rakan just presses E and is out of there.
Yeah, it's never ever going to work against Xayah Rakan.
He also.
Oh no,
Whoa.
part one. Absolutely destroyed. I hope we get a replay of that because I love how, because Nico's like walk and animation, she kind of looks so like frightened. She's like creeps into lane and then just Gragas just boosh.
Indeed, that was sudden. I was not prepared to see that. We also just looked at Nico vision, so we didn't see the Gragas actually preparing or everything there. Son, you should really not contest this one.
Son, don't.
Useless.
They've called it TP. They've called it TP. Oh no. The Rift Herald is secured.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
DNK trying to pick it up, and they do well. They know that he wants to go pick it up. An Artifact is here, and he goes down as well. Really not very well played at all out of Artifact, but in the end, Rift Herald for 2 kills. That's a pretty good trade if you're EVOS.
Yeah, they got the shutdown as well on DNK. Who actually collected the kill? I think it was Bot.
But I think it was Bot.
Yeah, I think Bot got the kill.
We should get a replay.
Which is not that great, because, I mean, it's Super Soaker, AP, Nico. You don't really need gold on her. She scales without gold.
But still, at least it's something.
I really don't like what Loki has done with their lane allocations here. Look at the build from Hani especially. Full armor build, and he now has to play against an AP champ. So naturally, he's in a big disadvantage just in terms of effective gold spent. Enemy top laner has a full completed GPL, while he is sitting on some armor components. That's not a great feeling. Just let him play mid-lane again. Like, why are you not swapping back?
Yeah, exactly. They need to be reacting to the swaps that EVOS is pulling a lot better, because especially if you're going to get your Rumble to build the armor to go against the Jace, he needs to go against the Jace. Otherwise, it's just really wasted gold.
Yeah, this is not a single penetration item on Rumble, which is very unusual. Normally you see Rumbles...
He's got the guys.
But the guys is no penetration anymore.
Oh, wow, you're right.
So
Jeez.
it's
living in the past.
Good for long fights, right? Because you get the 10% extra damage if you max stab up the guys. But no short burst trades possible for this Rumble. And he's almost level 11, so usually the time you want to fight around with the Rumble, mid-game team fights is where he shines as a pick. A little bit confusing how Loki is handling this pick. Hani should definitely go back to the mid lane.
Yeah, absolutely. No question on that one. Needs to be up against the AD matchup and let Irelia farm Nico.
Yeah, I think it might just be that the players want to play their original lanes, right? Hani's the top laner, Artifact is the mid laner. Maybe they just want to go for their lanes. But in this game, it's a very bad call. They should just look at the matchups, look at the itemization, and say, hey, it actually does not make sense to give our armor building Rumble an AP matchup. That's dumb. Yeah. Let's not do that.
It's very silly. But having a look at the bot lane, it's still very, very even down there. We don't agree with... Oh, they tried to get the interrupt, but pretty smart positioning there, making sure that there wasn't a straight line. But, I mean, good effort. The Ash Arrow is not really going to do anything else at the moment.
And nicely done by Loki. That was really risky, by the way. The positioning there, you could see that both support and jungler really tried to come as close as possible, not steal away the solo gold. In the end, they are successful. So Celebrity getting 450 gold for the first turret. Nicely funneled gold into the ADC. And he's even in CS, so this is a good start for the bot lane of Loki as well. And they're back to 1.5k gold lead.
They're looking pretty good so far. Not as far ahead as they could have been after the start they had. EVOS has had a pretty good fight back, especially with that fight around the Rift Herald.
Yeah, at
But
8
still
minutes they
low.
were ahead 2.3k gold, so they actually lost a lot of their gold lead. 1k
Yeah.
almost. And look at Artifact, he's struggling a lot on this mid lane. I really hate this lane allocation. Like, I just can't stress this enough, because both
Yep.
lanes would win in the other lanes. Maybe Rumble against the Jace would be even, but look at all the armor, and this is just
It would
flat
be
penetration, so...
It would be straight up even for the Jace and the Rumble, I think. But would you rather 2 losing lanes or 1 even lane and 1 winning game?
Yeah, indeed. It's very strange to see that Loki is this reluctant on adjusting their map read and their lane allocation. What are we looking at for the next 5 minutes? I still think Loki should force team fights with their level 11 Rumble, one of the strongest, not item spikes, but power spikes in the game, possibly. Level 11 Rumble.
Yep.
No dragon really to fight for. There will be Mountain Drake in 2 minutes. I'm not sure if EVOS wants to contest the Mountain Drake. They have already secured one. Second mountain is not that important, so might just give it up and just get more time for scaling. DivKit needs 2 more items to be on the late game stage for Ashe. Might be the call from EVOS. We have to see. This game, sadly, will probably slow down a little bit in the next few minutes.
It will.
No real fighting points.
Exactly, and it's all right. It's okay to have a few lull states as long as it's not like the last series where the whole series was a bit of a lull state, except game 3.
Especially game 1.
But,
my God,
yeah,
game
especially
1 was
game
horrible.
1. It was. In the lull state, though, everyone in chat posed a challenge, Lawmaster every day. Well, it's not even law, but Sornin going in on DNK here. Never mind. Ooh, the Cataclysm for a flash. Here comes the saddest arrow in all the world. Even if that had hit.
Yeah, still a nice sidestep. We like to see players being on top of their game.
It's true. It's true. It's good to see the sidestep, but even if that arrow had hit, it would have meant nothing.
Would have meant a 3-second stun in the jungle with nothing happening. Very annoying for DNK.
He would have, he would have had a chance to have a sip of water or something. Would have helped him out. But yeah, no, the challenge from Lawmaster every day is name the 4 champions in the game that only have 1 damaging ability. Ooh,
so I'll reveal one, because that was my immediate guess, and it's right. Zilean is one of those.
Yep, Zilean is one. His bomb's the only one that does damage. So there are 3 others. Can you figure it out, chat? Chat has immediately got the second one.
Oh yeah, I mean,
his Q. It's the only one that does damage.
His passive.
It's not an ability. So this is a lull state, so I am looking at chat. We actually talked about the fighting game quite a lot in the first.
Serious, yeah. Sadly, I'm not really the best person to talk about fighting games, because I am really not.
I really love the fighting game community, but anyway, this is actually a dragon fight here. This Mountain Drake has been burnt down. Hardy teleported in a really, really long way away. I don't know if they're really going to be able to get anything out of this. Unfortunate.
Wow, was it really that hard to just drop a ward in front of you?
Yeah,
did Hardy have to teleport there?
They had wards as well. That was a terrible.
That was poorly played from Loki. That was really poorly played.
That TP did nothing. They needed to give Hardy an actual way in.
And I talked about the level 11 power spike being important. Now they've missed another opportunity to get their Rumble to a team fight. So time's running out for Loki, kind of. They still have okay scaling regardless of the Rumble. Obviously, with the Aurelia scaling very nicely into the later stages of the game. Inside lane, as well as in team fights. And then we have Xayah Rakan, one of the strongest combination all around in the game. So, still okay for Loki. But it's a little bit disappointing to see one of our top teams not being able to force fights around their strong points. In terms of, when they spike, level, item, and, it's support.
Yeah, we got there at the end. We laboured to the point, but we got there. Looking across now, despite the fact that Loki did sort of screw up that play, it is mountain drakes across the board. Everyone does have one at least. So again, Baron, very sad worm. Please do donate. If you look down under the stream, there is a big button that you can donate to the Baron Protection Fund.
Yeah, that's correct.
Definitely not the Yulwei and Everyday Want Money Fund. Definitely not. It is purely for protection of big purple worms.
And I mean, you can see if you don't donate, we get 3 mountain drakes every game, and Baron is very sad.
Exactly. These mountain drake spawns are because you don't donate. It's your fault, chat. Your fault.
Taking a step back, I mean, look at this game. We are a little bit in the infamous lull state.
Yeah.
With nothing really happening. We talked about Loki being unable to find their team fights. EVOS is just very happy scaling into the game. That being said, they have Jace, so they might have to do something with the Jace in the next, let's say, 10 minutes to really get going in the game, because Jace not the greatest late game champ either.
No, he's certainly not. So we do want to see EVOS definitely do something. This Baron is a bold call out of Loki. They want to redeem the Rumble Pack, but there goes Venus going in, trying to get the quickening down really well, but doesn't do a huge amount yet. DNK's low, but DL1 is dead. Artifact on the front line has one more passive from Braum until he's stunned, but that will fade away. It's now the 5v4. Baron's still on the table, but DNK's way too low.
I like the idea. I have to say I like the idea from Loki. They're finally forcing something. A little bit heavy-handed.
They forced EVOS to come out, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. I think you should start the fight with Rumble Ult though. Rumble Ult into Rakan quickness will get way more damage. They changed the abilities a little bit too late.
I feel like I don't think there was much of a call though. I think Venus just saw his opportunity and just went. So Hani didn't react quite as quickly, which is like not terrible. It wasn't disastrous. So
yeah, but they could probably killed Divkit with the combination the other way around, because there was a lot of opportunity to get damage on Divkit. But they got the flash.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. But I mean, that's one of the things, especially on a champion like Rakan, who can do things very quickly. Sometimes you have to press the buttons before you think. Otherwise, it's too late. So, yeah, it happens. Definitely would have been better with the Rumble ult, but are you really that upset? And Venus, once again, showing us some quick moves.
Yeah, that's also when we get to see the distinction between great teams and really memorable teams who have natural synergy, because that's something. That's probably something G2 would have done correctly, because their players just have perfect synergy if they're not playing Garen, by the way, because please never play Garen again.
Are you kidding? I want them to play Garen again. Are you joking? How do you not want more hype? Yeah, Garen Yuumi. We've been hyping that up for weeks.
Yeah, I want to see Garen Yuumi. I don't want to see Garen into Nico top lane. That's no.
That was such a bad pick. That was so bad. They knew they were never they did.
I mean, they also played the game very, very
badly. Awful. Yeah, but at this point in the LEC, G2 does not care.
Today will be a great game, though. Today's the match of the Eons against Fnatic. Last game of the day. A little bit of LEC fandom here from me, I have to say. I still love the LEC.
I do too. I think the LEC is the best major region to watch, in my opinion. But this is an actual Baron take here. Can EVOS find a way in? That Nico ult hits absolutely nothing. Really, really bad. Baron dies twice in the kill feed, but now EVOS getting the fight win.
5-0.
And the Baron.
God.
And the Baron.
Oh,
sorry,
Loki, what have you done?
Fan vote? Hello?
Yeah, indeed.
What was that, Vietnamese audience? Can we hear you say it again?
Oh, no. That was horrible.
Do they? No, they can't quite win here. The death timers aren't long enough, but...
No, but they can get an inhibitor immediately, reset and get another inhibitor. Loki just thought it would be a good idea to stack up in the backside of the Baron pit against Jace, Ashe, Braum. J4 and Nico. All 5 gems are actually very terrifying. Look at this one again. So Nico opens up with a little bit of slow, so no one can escape the Baron Pit anymore. Now, high ults, so everyone is stunned. Then E from Nico, hitting all 5 members, actually. I've never seen a Nico E hit 5 members, I think. Yeah, and everyone just died. Instant explosion. That was a little bit of an obliteration. EVOS has probably just won the game.
Yeah, very possibly. They're now 5k up in gold. They still have a lot of Baron buff, 4k advantage. EVOS looking pretty hot, and I didn't think that fight was going to go particularly well with them, with the Nico ult that managed to hit absolutely nothing. But in the end, they pushed them into a corner, which is pretty great for a Jace.
And sometimes Nico E can be more impactful than Nico ult. Cast your mind back to MSI quarterfinals, where Nico E turned around the whole series between Liquid and IG.
I mean, here's a question for you. What's Nico E called?
Oh my god. Root caller? No, that's something else.
No, I think that's
What's that?
Yeah,
that
Ivan.
ability exists, right?
Root call is Ivan. I think it's Ivan.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I think so.
No, but, I don't know.
Tangle Barb, I think.
Tangle Barb.
Yeah, Tangle Barbs is it?
What is a barb?
A barb's like a thorn.
Okay.
It's like a kind of thorn. But on to more important things is the game potentially ending, almost certainly ending, in the favor of EVOS. The Tiger roars. We were talking about whether or not we like logos, and I do like EVOS's.
Yep.
They just have to get a minion wave in here. And they pick up game 1 over Loki. Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
In under 30 minutes, with a really big swing around the Baron fight. I don't think anything else really mattered in the game, because the Baron fight completely decided the game. Very aggressive call from Loki. The first time they called Baron, I liked it, because it kind of provoked the fight, right? And lured EVOS into a fighting position. But the second time, overcommitment on the Baron. They tried to finish the Baron all on the backside of the Baron pit, and got caught by a lot of CC, by a lot of damage. Instant. It almost looked as bad as Misfits against Schalke in the LEC Spring Split, where Cannon got a 5-man ult. This time it was a Nico 5-man E, so yep, that's as bad, I think.
So who are we going to think about for MVP here?
Baron?
It's a hard one. Baron for MVP. I mean, again, Yulwei, please hit the music track I sent you earlier, the sad music. Every day, millions of Barons die across all of League of Legends. Please give generously to the Baron Protection Fund. It's very important.
Yeah, this time Baron definitely did not go quietly into the night. He just
did not. He fought back. He fought back.
It's hard to say. I'd say either Thorn for stealing the Baron, or Dia for hitting the 5-man E. Maybe
I honestly am leaning towards Dia because the 5-man E was so good.
I mean, the Braum will set up the 5-man E as well, right? So,
yeah, maybe give it to the Braum. Yeah,
actually, the Braum might have been the most important member there.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I think I agree.
It was not a game to give an MVP, really, for anyone, right? Because that was a team effort for EVOS, and was also a really big throw for Loki. So naturally, it's very hard to decide on an MVP when the team that lost the early game wins the game. It's a team effort. Let's give it over to the support. Nice performance from High. First MVP on our stream. The new support for EVOS. And it's still a very important game, a very important series for EVOS. If they win this one, they are still in playoff contention, only 1 game behind DBL. DBL plays GUM tomorrow, so there's a chance. There is a chance.
But we'll be back in about 6.5 minutes to see if EVOS can get over the line and pick up the series win. And chat, you've gotten 2 out of the 4 champions that only have 1 damaging ability. You've got to get the next 2, or I'll be very disappointed in you. See if you can do it in the break. G'day everybody, welcome back to Game 2 of EVOS versus Loki. EVOS has done the unexpected and picked up Game 1, so they are in the lead, potentially could win this all-crucial series for them. Do you reckon they'll do it?
Ooh, after seeing Game 1, I think Loki is still heavy favorites coming into Game 2.
Yep.
Their early game looked very good. I liked the Gragas play from DNK in the early game. I still don't really understand his rune choice, but whatever, he's successful using it, so go ahead. Go for your Dark Harvest Gragas if you want. You're the only player on the world going for a Dark Harvest Gragas, but go ahead. I really don't understand this MVP. What for?
I don't understand. I don't understand a lot of broadcast MVPs. So.
50% kill participation. Yay! 500
Whoa.
DPM on a carry champ. Yay!
I don't think
what is
D1
this
was
MVP?
That's a very interesting one. Oh well. It happens.
Whatever. Dia's a good player, so give him the MVP.
Yeah.
I suppose. That's an okay choice. So, Chat, have you figured out more champions on the list? I struggled a lot with it in the pause.
Yeah,
and,
he had to get a lot of hints.
Yeah.
There were a lot of hints given to Yulwei, but he did get there in the end.
I can say it's one support and one top laner for the two missing from chat.
The top lane is the one that's really hard.
The top lane is very hard. The top laner is almost impossible if you've never played the champ or seldom play the champ, because it's not meta either, so you'll not see it in pro play ever. Like, it's one of the least seen champs in pro play, I think. So.
Yep. Also, another piece of trivia: it is canon that Talia likes pineapple on pizza. That's why I don't like Talia.
Wait, what? Again, please.
It's canon. It is canon.
Canon, not Talia, canon. Okay.
As in canon with one N.
Yeah.
Like, not a canon. It is canon in League of Legends that Talia likes pineapple on pizza.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Because pineapple's awful on pizza. That's why not.
Oh, we should not get into this debate.
Oh, that's a debate. You gave me flack for having chicken on pizza. You're not allowed in the pig.
Get out.
Anyway, getting into the actual thing that everyone's here for, not just us being idiots. Yuumi, Renekton removed by Loki. Aatrox, Silas from EVOS. Not really any changes in the bans here. Poppy banned out, though.
Wait, this is not Rika. Coach...
I mean, Poppy's strong on the patch.
Definitely. We've seen way too few Poppy picks.
Yeah.
Overall, I think we should see more Poppy. I'm not quite sure where all the Poppy is.
Yeah, we should see more.
Especially into Camille. Camille has risen to priority in the VCS. We have not seen Camille in the first game, but whenever Camille is picked, I think you should probably just counterpick with Poppy and destroy her in lane.
Well, that's why they banned it.
Yep.
Because there's the first pick, Camille. Makes sense, right?
Camille over Aurelia is an interesting choice. What happened to Aurelia that Camille is suddenly higher prioritized in the...
I'm not sure. I think Aurelia is still a strong champion.
We might see another Dia Jace game here. What are the key picks in this draft? Nico's already banned out.
I feel like the Gragas is pretty important. I think DNK had a really good performance on that champion. You don't really want to let him have it again for free.
And Swan is a good Gragas also, so just pick the Gragas away. I'd like to see the Gragas pick here. I agree.
Yep, I agree.
So it also opens up the Yasuo Gragas possibility. Don't really understand the Sejuani this early on. Why?
That doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me.
Okay, it's to disable the Sejuani Camille mid lane combination. I can kind of understand why.
Okay, fair. Yeah, that makes some sense. I'm still not sure if you needed to pick it that early, because is it that powerful?
It's a strong combination. It is. I guess Dia knows a lot about the combination, because his most played champ is Camille, and he likes to pair the Camille with the Sejuani. So I guess Dia was scared of the mid lane Camille Sejuani combination stomping him in lane. What will we see for the mid lane here? Or is Dia once again running Jace? Aurelia's open.
I
Let's pick up Aurelia. I'd like to see Aurelia, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you run into a little bit of damage profile problem on the top side then.
I mean, Sejuani brings mostly AP damage now, so.
I mean, does Sejuani really bring that much damage?
In the early game, he does deal a lot of damage.
True. But it is the Azir instead being picked up, so.
And they ban out so they could ban out the Corki as well for artifacts, so getting the seemingly premier mid lane champion and Azir banning out Corki. Ashe banned against Divkit now. I really don't think Ashe was good enough to warrant a ban this first game. Did you like the Ashe performance from Divkit? I thought it was kind of whatever.
Didn't really do anything, right? No. He didn't have to do much, and he didn't go the Mage Ashe, which we would have much rather see. The Varus ban as well, very much banning out a certain kind of ADC. They lock in the Morgana, putting a lot of priority on that support.
Caitlyn is
over
open.
Yeah, Caitlyn is open. We could definitely be seeing Morgana Caitlyn.
Yeah, so they want to challenge low-key spot lane. Do you want to go Rakan? Go ahead, go Rakan. We'll just play Caitlyn Morgana into Rakan and stomp your lane.
If you pick Rakan into Morgana. All right, Loki. That's a bold choice. Don't get cocky.
Thought a lot about this support choice. Yeah. In the end, they want to pick for comp. This bot lane will be hard.
Bot lane will be very hard, and the Ryze comes in as the last pick.
Very squishy team comp. A lot of flanking, a lot of mobility in team fights, but very squishy overall.
I feel like they also just don't spike together.
So this would be an interesting choice as well. But I think Caitlyn is the better option. So they lock on the Caitlyn, Divkit on Caitlyn, Caitlyn Morgana, the premier counter to Xayah and Rakan.
Yeah,
look at the team comps. Which one do you prefer?
If you take away nameplates, I actually do favor EVOS's. I just think it's a better team comp. I think the bot lane heavily wins. Like Morgana Caitlyn destroys Xayah Rakan in lane. They just get like 3 tower plates pretty much for free.
Also very good mid lane matchup.
Yeah, right. I mean, but it's kind of just a farm out. Even
I think Azir actually gets a lot of priority early on against Ryze.
Yeah.
Usually that's what happens in the mid lane. Azir outranges Ryze by quite a bit, and early on the trades from Ryze are not strong enough to withstand the Azir pressure. So Dia1 will struggle. No, wait. Dia1 is on the Azir. Artifact will struggle on the Ryze. And Sejuani Jace does not really sound like a whole lot of synergy because of the range and Sejuani passive, but obviously Jace can also go melee and just apply Sejuani's passive stacks as a melee form. So I like this interaction. They could look for an early kill on Hani, maybe first clear into top lane, kill for Jace to set but one up on the Jace. Would like to see that.
Yeah. Very, very true. As we go into game, I promise I'm closing the league wiki, so I promise I won't derail us. But did you know that with her gauntlets on, Vi weighs 3,000 kilos?
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Absolutely useless.
But also, what a unit!
Yep. I mean, that's why she punches hard, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's basically hitting you with a car. Useless stat, but I promise I've closed the wiki now. I won't keep derailing everything. Oh man,
it's fun though. It's fun though.
I think it's fun. Let's hope for a tech pause, and then we can have some real fun with it. But while we actually have a game to watch, we do want to focus on this. Is an important game. If EVOS wins this series, it's got massive implications for their playoff bid.
Yeah, it will still be hard for EVOS to even reach players because the most important series for them was the second series against DBL, and they lost 1-2. Very unfortunate for them. They are, if they win the series, they are only one series down compared to DBL. But if they only tie DBL, DBL will still only head-to-head. So they have to overcome DBL in terms of series wins. So while it is mathematically possible to reach playoffs, if DBL wins everything, loses everything, and EVOS wins everything.
I mean, DBL's hit a few stumbling blocks recently, right? Like, DBL hasn't looked perfect, so EVOS definitely wants to keep their hopes alive.
But they have FTB in the last week.
True.
Yeah, and that's a lot of a yikes for EVOS.
That is a bit of a bra moment. Not great.
Well, look at the first trade. I'm not quite sure what Loki's bot lane thought would happen in the first trade.
They were going for the bush strat. They got scouted out though by the W from high. It was actually pretty smart.
Yeah, they heavily lost the trade early on. This bot lane is no fun to play, as you rightfully alluded to in the champion select. It's very hard bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, that pool... Oh, my God, but in the bot lane, DivKid goes down, but he gets the first blood onto Celebrity first as we go into a slideshow. Come on, boys, fast forward through the presentation. Let's watch it at a decent speed. And now the support stand here like, what do we do?
Yeah, support face off. Fight to death.
Yeah.
No, they'll
absolutely.
not do that.
I mean... Who wins that? Probably
the last hit mechanics from
high.
High. Oh.
That's ugly.
I mean, there's a reason he's a support player, right? Shout out to my fellow support mains. This is another one.
I mean, Yulwei, here's a good question for you. How do you know someone mains support in League of Legends?
I mean...
Don't worry, they'll tell you.
Okay. Nice. I like that one. I like that one.
It's originally about vegans.
I mean, it applies. It's
accurate. Yeah, it's very accurate. DNK gets that scuttle crab there. The W from Gragas, very good for the secure.
And DNK... Wait, what was that? Okay, that was just a little bit of a screen freeze. DNK with the first gank, and but one gets stunned. Is he in kill range? DNK... Oh, but... What? Wow, okay.
Oh, that was a lot of damage.
To go for anything there, that was...
Oh, and Celebrities gets caught up here, has to dodge around the trap, but...
Bam.
I thought that net hit.
I thought he was dead. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that net hit. Surely
Strange.
I thought that hit. Wow, look at this.
Smite.
Crouching tiger, hidden boar. Yep.
That feels great. It's a jungler. That feels great.
That's one of the most fun little silly things you can have happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks
man.
for the leash, man. Thanks for the leash.
Yeah. Tie for leash.
Yeah, 4 minutes in, we're still in a pretty even state, but EVOS is off to 600 gold lead because of the first blood.
Oh, here comes the engage though. But one tries to turn this around. Hasn't just now spotted at DNK, and with the big man coming in, Hani will be able to pick the kill up. Don't die to minion, son. And he manages to avoid it.
First Dark Harvest stack is in.
Yeah, he's out there. He's got the big scythe going, getting all the wheat up.
Why?
Gotta love it.
I still have to question why.
I don't understand it, but whatever. It looks. He plays a good Gragas. He just doesn't have a main rune.
Apparently, he's too good on the main rune. It's like with Jax in the League of Legends instance, right? Exactly. He has won too many games on normal Gragas, so now he has to play Dark Harvest every game.
Imagine if he had a real rune.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah, mid lane, surprisingly, going
very
well for Artifact. Yeah.
I just want to point out how tilted I am by not using matching Zyra Khan skins.
Yeah, not great. But by the way, the matching Zyra Khan skins sometimes in the splash art are still not matching in the loading screen, because...
Yeah, because it depends...
Riot, I guess.
Weird. Riot, please. But Hardy... Whoa! What just happened? What was that?
Yeah, E to cancel hookshot. Artifact is here.
Yeah, he realm warped in, but one turned around as soon as he saw the realm warp. So
Yeah, very telegraphed ability. Not that easy to sneak a realm warp in. Usually your
I mean,
enemies are able to spot that one.
You can be sneaky with it, like realm warping onto a Baron and stuff. That's still
Yeah,
a really cool play.
And the coolest play so far, I think, was the realm warp from Baron into teamfight positioning that was good enough to give Police his first pentakill. If you missed
That
it,
was
he's now sitting at 2
very.
pentakills.
Oh, but one. Hey man, you were having a good time top lane, except.
Wait, what?
What? Why didn't they finish him?
What? I'm at a loss for words. What?
Sorry, I'm gonna be right back. Yulwei, can you just carry the
that?
cast for a second? I've got to go get my clown suit from the other room.
Yeah. Go ahead. Don't forget the nose. We need the nose.
Oh, of course, I've got the big nose.
What was that?
Oh,
I think DNK
that
didn't want to take the kill, right?
Yeah, I think both of them wanted to give the other the kill, but why would Hani ever want to not take it? I don't understand.
I think Hani was assuming that the kill would be secured by DNK, and DNK wanted to give the kill over to Hani. DNK was in kill range, definitely. He could have just auto-take once more.
That was not a good play out of Loki.
That
was really bad.
But now we're in 4 Swords Jace territory, so the most
Jace
has been activated.
So for everyone that doesn't understand, the reason this build is great is because you actually just duct tape the swords to the front of the hammer, and then you can use it as a jabby thing.
Yeah.
It's a very, very strong thing to do.
It's way stronger than the hammer, because the hammer.
Exactly.
What's the hammer supposed to do? It's
like it's not even sharp. DK
finish
red buff. Okay, that was actually pretty slick.
Cool.
That was pretty slick. I don't know if it was intentional, but it was slick.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to steal that one, even though I will almost certainly screw it up.
But
yeah, exactly. Those red buff secures way better than getting a kill top lane.
By the way, did you just see what the last golem did there?
It went into lane. I saw that. It went on a
That's a tilt there for a jungler. Like, your ADC is just passing by to get back to lane, and the golem is like, "Ooh, another enemy! I want to go to him."
Yeah, it's just like the golem just has the war paint on. I'm gonna solo this guy. Oh man.
So we're in a very even game at 9 minutes. Not a whole lot. And by the way, what's going on today with the Caitlyn Morgana lanes not winning lane?
I mean, they are winning, but they're not winning.
Yes, but there's not a single turret plate taken.
It's very strange. Oh, look at that damage onto Venus.
They should push.
Yeah, they need to be pushing. They need to be getting turret plates.
What's going on?
Push like you're giving birth. Come on.
Indeed.
Get that baby out.
And what a surprise, another top lane game.
Back to redeem himself. But when he tries to turn it again, it doesn't work, son. You need to run.
Can you please stop looking at top lane? Top lane is a mess.
He's got, but like, I mean, the gold, I don't think the Camille's that far ahead because of the CS lead. It's a bit interesting.
It's about 1 kill of a lead, looking at the CS.
Yeah. But Infernal Drake should be picked up here for EVOS. That's a nice little stat boost for them.
Yep, free Infernal Drake because Gragas is still on top side, but DNK is already soloing the Rift Herald on the other side, so overall still up trade in terms of objectives for low-key. If they're able to finish this one off, how did DNK take this long?
Hey, Shelly's hard.
Look at DNK.
Shelly.
That movement. Oh my god.
Look, as a big guy, it's hard to move around that much, all right?
Okay.
I have sympathy for Gragas. Maybe he's out of breath. You ever consider that?
Well, man, he looks fast for being out of breath.
I mean, yeah, Gragas gets... I love that Gragas... I mean, not in this game, but I love that normal Gragas run Predator, because it's just like he just does the fat man wobble at light speed.
Yeah. one of the definitely one of the most aesthetically pleasing champions, especially if he ease in, like it just looks great. Being hit by a really big belly.
I completely understand why people complain about League pushing an objectification of people's bodies when there's champions like Gragas. You can't live up to that beauty standard.
That's very true. That's very true.
Exactly. And finally, a turret play. But Venus is trying to get the engage there, uses his ult, but doesn't really get anything done. They still got the turret play.
Yeah, this.
And now they need to get out of there. There's the Sejuani ult. We need to see the.
What? Why did he cancel his recall?
Well, because he got hit by a Sejuani ult.
No. Venus got hit. Celebrity did not get hit. He could have just completed the recall there.
Yeah? Maybe it got cancelled because Celebrity originally tagged on to Venus's? I'm not sure.
Maybe. Yeah, that's possible. I think he just cancelled it manually.
I'm not sure.
That actually lost them another turret plating. That was not a great call from Celebrity. Swan just hitting the Sejuani ult the first time in the game, just to get the turret plating. Fair enough.
Just to stop the recall. Yeah, fair enough. It looked a bit weird. I definitely expected Swan to actually go for the dive, but in the end, it makes a lot of sense to just, hey, take a free tower plate. Now you get a reset. Very far ahead on gold on the Caitlyn. It's good. Caitlyn already finished her cull.
But will they be able to defend first turret going down in the top lane? No. Does not look likely. No.
So, I mean, in the end, this Caitlyn lane this Caitlyn lane hasn't done what it wants to do because they want to get first tower.
Yep, exactly. I mean, EVOS had to kind of go towards the later scaling approach with the Infernal Drake because they had absolutely no control over top side, but won not with his greatest game ever.
No.
A little bit of an overextension all the time in the top lane. Should definitely stop to be over aggro in the face of Hani. And I think right now, Hani has probably solo kill potential on him. Look at the items. Do you think Hani can kill him right now?
It's a little bit hard onto a Jace sometimes.
Yeah.
Jace can be pretty scary. But I do think there's definitely potential. But do you even need to go for the solo kill? Can't you just call DNK?
I mean, yeah, probably. DNK has not been anywhere else, so fair enough.
Exactly. It's basically been duo top. So
reminds me of the discussion on Discord early on this week where some guy was proposing duo top as a concept again.
That was because of the NA drama. There was drama in NA. I don't know if that at all.
The Teemo thing.
Yeah, Nubrak playing. Just he would queue for support and pick Teemo and then just sit stealthed in top lane because you get better experience that way. And if they 1v1, I can intervene. And it's like, yeah, but then your ADC just gets like absolutely blasted and no one has any fun. So he got banned, quite rightfully, I think.
Yeah.
I'm fine. If people want to try new things, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to stick to the meta, but you do have to cooperate with your team.
Yeah,
so if your team tells you don't do that, then don't do it.
Yeah, try that in your pre-made matches.
What? Good flash.
Very good flash.
Exactly. Yeah, do it in a pre-made, that kind of thing.
Or look for a free game or something to test the strategy. Not the greatest thing to do in a solo queue game, but to be fair, it's an A solo queue, so I mean.
Yeah, but it was high. It was like Challenger solo queue or like High Diamond or something.
Yeah, that's
so he was getting carried by streamers a lot. Not because they were queuing with him, but because he was in their game. They were just better than people.
Yeah.
All really hated it. So, in the end, like, try new things. Trying new things is really, really good. We wouldn't even have found the current meta. Like, this is pretty much the best way to play League of Legends, but it wasn't originally. People didn't know that in Season 1. But if you're going to try new things, make sure your team's on board. It's a team game, guys.
Yeah, and sometimes breaking the meta can win you championships, right? Pike
Absolutely.
top,
Moscow 5.
Funnel. This year, G2 Funnel in the second game against Sonateric. Won them a very crucial game 2 and break the morale for Origin and the LEC final in spring. So, breaking the meta definitely is a good strategy, but maybe not with Teemo top.
Exactly. Well, I mean, even if it is with Teemo top, just do it when your team's on board. Also, speaking of morale being broken, Celebrity, bet he wishes he wasn't as famous. because he's gotten a little bit too much attention from the ball riding paparazzi.
Yeah, police is probably there for a little bit of a tax investigation because.
I wish police was in this game to be a little bit more relevant, but
It's Caitlyn, no? It's Caitlyn.
Yeah, it's Caitlyn, so it makes sense. I mean, that's what they got Al Capone for in the end, right? So,
yep.
Pay your taxes.
Now,
Did
finally,
you know
40 CS lead for Caitlyn, even though she had no CS, no real big CS lead in the laning phase. So, yeah.
She had like a 20 CS lead, and then once
20.
the tower went, it grew. So, yeah.
So I really like the play from EVOS. Go back to the bot lane. It's the easiest way to accelerate your lead. You need an item advantage for your Caitlyn. By the way, please don't go double attack speed now. One attack speed item is okay, but not.
Yeah,
two.
one's fine, but then go Essence Reaver. I personally like Infinity Edge Essence Reaver, then the attack speed item, but fine. You want to go the attack speed now because it does feel better.
What do you think of rune choices on Caitlyn? I actually think she's one of the worst ADCs when it comes to runes, because nothing
basically
really
have to go Fleet Footwork because nothing else is good.
Yeah, that's not great.
At least
right?
Fleet Footwork is okay.
What do you think of Grasp Caitlyn?
Then you don't have the rest of the precision tree.
That's true.
That's not really good. You really want the rest of the precision tree.
You can go precision secondary, no? Demolish
Yeah.
Caitlyn with Grasp? Sounds interesting.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something to try out. But...
Or Hail of Blades, maybe? Does Hail of Blades work on Caitlyn?
I don't think so. I'm sure it functions, but I don't think it'd be good.
Yeah, it's probably not great.
I think Fleet's the best, personally.
I'm just not a big fan of Fleet, I have to say. Especially in a meta where Xayah and Sivir get so much out of the lethal tempo rune.
It's the same with... you always just go Fleet, because what else are you going to
go? Yeah, that's right. I mean, lethal tempo on Caitlyn would be hard inting, so at least he's not...
At that point, you may as well pick Dark Harvest.
I mean, Dark Harvest Caitlyn can be interesting. I played against the Dark Harvest mid lane Caitlyn.
Don't mid lane's a bit...
She was annoying. She built full lethality and shot me for something like 500 once when I came back to lane at like level 9 or something. I played Azir into Dark Harvest Caitlyn.
I like how whenever we get little snippets of what Yulwei's had in solo queue, it's the weirdest shit.
No, it's not solo queue. It's not solo queue. It's normals. I only play support or Mundo in solo queue. I don't play...
Fair enough.
It's normals.
Yeah, normals is a weird place. So.
Yeah, a very weird place. I like to play ADCs a lot in normals. That's why I'm a Tristana god now. I played Ezreal yesterday in the jungle. It was quite an experience.
Oh, Ezreal jungle. Can he still clear?
Not really. I mean, I went legendary later on in the game because I didn't do anything for 20 minutes and my team was ahead already. So, what a nice experience.
I had a similar game. I played, this is a little while, maybe a week or so ago. I played a normal and I played Kiana. I'm rubbish at like highly mechanical champions. So I was playing Kiana mid. I went like 0-3 in lane and then my team got really far ahead. So everyone on the other team didn't have any armor or anything. And I was just like, oh, cool. Got a quadra kill and into the game. Like, yeah, I helped.
I think my very first pentakill ever I got on Vel'Koz, and it was in Japanese solo queue, very interesting, a few years back when I was living in Japan, and I was 0-5, and we fought about exactly the spot we just see on the map. I got a pentakill with Vel'Koz because everyone was just lining up and they ulted and everyone died.
Yeah, you disintegrated some life forms.
Yep. From 0-5 to 5-5. Very interesting game.
I remember my first pentakill was actually really high. I mean, to me, because I think I was, a teenager. It was on Jinx, but it was like the classic Jinx pentakill where you get the first one, then you get the passive going, you run forward and just mow everyone down.
Oh, I tell you for Jinx and TFT. Oh, we might see a little bit of action happening again.
Ooh, we might, as Venus is pushed forward a little bit here, but he's a Rakan. He slides away, but there is a Mountain Drake here that both teams are pretty keen for.
Yeah, and
EVOS really wants it.
This fight...
Oh, there goes Sejuani ult. The binding misses, though. The follow-up binding missed. Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's
now
not
Loki
good.
gets the free mount rate, which is very, very good for them, because they have Rise. So Baron is once again very angry. A double mountain on Loki's side. This will be almost solo Baron potential for Rise. But never mind that, because EVO's just running straight towards
EVOS
Baron.
has decided they don't even want to give him the chance.
Yeah.
But
this
yeah,
is a
I
slow
don't think
Baron,
so,
though.
guys. Yeah, especially without your ADC or anything one hitting it. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's also 21 minutes in, right? So Azir usually
without
is very...
about Drake.
It's very well known for shredding Baron, but not in 21 minutes. Not without any penetration or a lot of levels, because his W damage obviously scales with levels as well. So he's still sitting at something like 120 base damage, opposed to the 180 per hit. And that's a huge difference.
It is a very, very big difference. Azir still needs some time to be the bird he truly can be. There are a lot of birds in this game. Can I just point that out?
By the way, Xerus, that's a very impressive pentacle. Echo in Baron Pit 1v5. That sounds hype. That sounds like you're not calming down for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where you struggle to play the rest of the game because your hands are shaking. Those are the best.
I got a pentacle once on Soraka in Aram. That was fun. And another one with Laui on Aram as well. That was very dumb. That was very, very dumb.
I'm pretty sure I played Alawi a grand total of one time.
Yeah, I've never played her under the Rift.
But one is just instantly killed. The Dark Harvest coming in clutch there as DNK blows him up.
By the way, this is why you pick Dark Harvest on Gragas. You just wait for your solo laners to deal the damage, and then you're there with your bowling ball, and just plop. Nice.
That'd be a great Gragas skin. How is that not a thing? What the hell? That would be awesome.
Imagine that bowling thingy. Oh my god.
He could be a bowler. That'd be such a good skin.
That would be a cool skin.
Oh my god.
By the way, what's the thing he's drinking off with this skin? Like, it does not look like he should drink this. It's blue.
Yeah, Gragas, maybe don't drink that. It looks like it's like, I mean, he's meant to be on a submarine, right? Like a nuclear submarine or something. Don't drink that. Don't drink anything that is glowing in blue.
Nope. Usually blue. I'm not sure how it is in Australia, but blue in Europe at least is mostly indicating don't drink that.
I mean, I can only think of one drink that's blue.
Blue Moon?
Like, no, like there's I don't know if you guys have like Powerade or Gatorade. It's like sports drinks. There's a blue flavor of Powerade.
Yeah, that's true. That one exists.
But you shouldn't drink Powerade anyway because it's sugar water. Don't drink Powerade. It's
At least it's not dangerous. I mean, it is kind of dangerous if you drink too much.
It's not immediate poison.
No, it's not poison.
Yeah.
It will kill you very slowly if you drink too much, but
it's better than other things you could drink. But
yeah, the car wash things in Germany are blue.
Yeah, like that's the same in Australia. Like stuff that, like soap, essentially, like car soap.
Drink that.
Don't drink bright blue liquids, kids.
But yeah, back to the game. 25 minutes in, only 6 kills have been happening. So sadly, we're back to a little bit of a snooze fest here. Not a whole lot has happened. That's why we are not talking about the game at all.
It's never a snooze fest on the unofficial stream.
Yeah.
Because we have other things to talk about.
By the way,
Venus gets bound up there. A lot of damage. Oh, he's gone. 3 strikes, you're out.
And
that's an easy kill there. Can they find anything else? Harney will be the next one to go down. DivKid charging forward here. The Realm Warp does very little. Actually, Artifact manages to just sneak out before the Warp knocks him away.
DK got caught.
DK, oh no, it's all gone wrong. EVOS charging forward. But one will be the consolation prize, but Artifact as well. This is Baron.
EVOS, please get a new top laner. Please. Please. I don't want to watch but one anymore.
Come on, son. They won the fight. Give him a break.
No, I don't want to. Give me useful top laners in the VCS. What's going on? Please.
Hey, we have
Gum.
Razor. We have Razor.
Thank you for Razor. Gum, please just
Gum,
let
can
Yoshino
Gum
go.
Can Gum share top laners? Like they're like
Oh,
they're like
God.
the kid that had like 5 different Tonka trucks and wouldn't let anyone else use one.
Yeah.
They've got all the top laners.
Like we could. What can we do? We have EVOS as DR1. They can't really give up DR1.
You're talking about trading to
Yeah.
Gum.
We need
Make it a but
Kiaya
one.
on the. I mean, but no, we don't want to have the but one.
we don't want to kill Gum.
Oh god, look at this team fight again, and look at DivKid's crits. Oh, poor Venus, by the way. I mean, he opted into this matchup, so.
Yep. I mean, also
it's his
he
fault.
was standing still in a bush, so in the end, it's his fault.
I mean, he got
That's
caught
a
by the
cool
binding,
stop.
and then there was a trap on top of him. Another trap hitting for another 600 crit, and now focus your eyes on but once. Glorious contribution to this fight. Not hit a single auto attack yet. Now flashed over the wall.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Look at this.
He hit one
Mechanics. On point.
He hit one auto.
Oh my god.
Oh, and that's an inhib secured for EVOS. They're in a brilliant position this
What's
game.
going on with
Could
Loki,
they...
by the way? Why are they losing to EVOS? I am confused.
I am confusion. I don't understand.
What's going on? Why are they this bad today? What? They just
I
won
don't know.
against
Maybe
CBL
they
yesterday.
maybe they
They
haven't.
stomped them.
Maybe before they came onto stage, they drank some blue.
Yeah, probably.
Not feeling too well.
I have no idea what's going on with the VCS playoff contention right now. It looks very close. And Flash and Gum are really happy looking at this game, because if they win tomorrow, they will be shared first, and Loki will be one series behind. I mean, Gum still has to play DBL, right? So that's a hard match.
But I mean, I think I back Gum for that one. It's a hard match, but I still back Gum. What can Loki even do here? Can they fight at all?
They just lost 2 inhibitors.
Yeah, they might get an inhib tower in exchange, but I mean, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, and especially because it's bot lane, it does not really matter at all, because both top and mid lane inhibitors are down, so EVOS will just run down bot lane, so who cares if the inhibitor turret is down, like, right?
Exactly.
But one on the chase again, but one. Nope.
But one, more like but 1-4.
Yeah. Top laners in the VCS. It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
I mean, we have such highs and such lows with top lane in the VCS. Like, you almost want to say that the top lane is actually the best lane in the VCS, because Garm's top lane is
definitely the best
so
lane to watch. I think the bot lane overall has the best players, probably.
I agree.
We have Slater, Bikoro, No Way, Police, even Celebrity stepping up. Not so much this series, but yeah, jungle is also very strong. Yeah,
Celebrity overall is still pretty good.
I think ADC and jungle probably are the strongest positions in Vietnam right now. Maybe mid lane can contest. There are many good mid laners as well, even in worse.
How very appropriate that Vietnamese players are good at jungling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not very original, but yeah, fair point.
It's not, but still. Look, not every joke's going to be a banger. In fact, very few of them are. But this is now 3
That in itself is a good joke, I think.
I mean, nothing will beat your Adele reference yesterday. It caught me so off guard. Oh, man. Seriously, if you want, like, actual good casting, go watch Low-Key vs DBL yesterday. God, that was fun. Oh, what a realm warp as well. Hello, Low-Key. They've arrived. It might not be good enough. Harney's in the backline trying to buy as much time as he can. High's the first one to go down. They do get a few answering kills, and oh no, it's all gone wrong. The last-ditch effort for Low-Key has failed.
Everyone is golden. No.
And DNK will claim a final Dark Harvest at but one, proving why he's an MVP player with the triple kill.
Oh no, they're gonna give him MVP for this game.
2-0. EVOS has just 2-0'd low-key.
But why? What is going on, VCS?
What
Get your shit
going
together.
on?
What's going on?
What are you doing, low-key?
Yeah, that was a pretty convincing second game, I think. No point where Loki really got anything. EVOS played this one from start to finish.
Yep.
Nicely done. Divkit in, gets the win, so maybe we'll see more Divkit next week. And at least EVOS is now sitting at 6-6. As I said before the game started, it's still insanely hard for them to reach the playoffs. But they have to win the next few series, and DBL has to lose all 3 remaining series for them to be able to break into the playoffs. But it's still possible. It is not impossible for them to reach playoffs. So that's still the dream. And imagine DBL not making playoffs after winning the VCS.
That would be absolutely mind-blowing.
So I think the biggest GAM fans on the planet right now are EVOS's players, because GAM needs to win against DBL tomorrow for EVOS to have any chances.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's super unlikely. That should be a real banger series as well. Make sure you tune in to watch that one.
Yeah, that should be a great series and a very important series as well. If GAM goes 2-0 over DBL, DBL cannot reach them either in the standings. So that would secure a top 2 spot for GAM. Almost, not quite, top 3 spot, but almost top 2. Because only 2 series remaining, they would be 1 ahead of Loki as well. And Flash plays tomorrow. If Flash loses tomorrow, which is highly unlikely as well, GAM could be sole first position after this week.
Definitely could be. So, MVP for that final game? You've kid, right? I think so. The Caitlyn?
Maybe, yeah. Why not? Great team fighting.
Yeah.
I actually don't think there was one outstanding player.
I agree. I think it was a team effort. Well, 4 out of 5, but one didn't have a very good game until right at the end there. But I think if you had to pick someone, I think all 4 players for EVOS could have earned it. So at that point, just default to KDA.
Have you never given an MVP over to Divkit?
Really?
Yeah, it looks like it. First MVP.
Oh, then we should definitely amend that.
First MVP to Divkit, so definitely deserved. Had some very good performances. Not quite as hard carry as some of No Way Solutions games, Lucian games, but I mean, still a good performance from Divkit.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's good to see. And now moving forward. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze.
Yeah, moving forward. Tomorrow we will have GAM against DBL, as we already said multiple times, because that is the most hyped up matchup for the whole week. Yeah. Rematch between GAM and DBL. Last time it was a very close series, 2-1 for GAM. That was the first time that DBL lost. Since then they've lost 3 series, so they are actually not that intimidating anymore.
I mean, I think that, yeah, I mean, I hope Kaido's in. Can you imagine Rizo going up against Zeros?
Ooh, that wouldn't be pretty.
That's very scary, so...
Yeah, I think EVOS... maybe GAM can this time pick up the Tristana and show Rizo how Tristana is supposed to be played.
I would love to see Zeros picking up, or Kiaya playing the solo lane Tristana. That'd be so fun.
And speaking of Kiaya, we're actually not sure if Kiaya is playing tomorrow because he was subbed out in the first series. But we both suspect that it's only like a little bit of a break for him, right?
Yeah, I think they just wanted to give Yoshino a run and just say, "Hey, Kiaya, have a night off, man. You know, go have dinner with your parents or something." That'd be a good thing to do considering who they were playing against. I would be very, very... unless Kiaya is, like, sick. If he's sick, then, yeah, you play Yoshino. Hopefully not.
And I mean, we often praise GAM on the stream. I think we both think that they are the best team in the VCS, but we have to also kind of criticize them for their slacking. It's sometimes slacking off in the not so important matches.
they are a team that will very often play to the level of their opponents.
Yeah.
So they look really good against the good teams, but then they go against bad teams and they sort of just have a bit of fun and slack off, which isn't always what you want to see.
I mean, their series against FTW was very iffy. They looked very weak. They looked very uncoordinated and somehow won 2-0, I guess, because FTW is just a very bad team. But
yep. And to answer chat, Zeris, on this stream, we love and cherish Yoshino. He's our only true gun top laner.
Yeah.
Zeros doesn't exist at me.
Zeros is still a good player, but Yoshino has
Obviously,
been a little bit more impressive. A little bit more impressive.
They're both. But I mean, Zeros, if he performs, if Zeros does really, really well for the next 2 weeks.
This picture.
What are you? What?
This picture is very adorable. He tries to look like cool or badass, but he's a very small person.
He's a little guy. Good on him. And also something else that we should, before we wrap up, chat didn't manage to figure out the last two. The 4 champions that only have one damaging ability are Zillion, Bard, Tarek, and Tryndamere. Those are your 4.
Tryndamere. That one
That's
is
the hard.
If you ever want to impress someone with your league knowledge, I have no idea in what context that would be appropriate, but yeah, whatever. Just say, what champion does not have damaging abilities and is still a carry champion?
Yeah.
It's Tryndamere. Most of the time, sadly, carrying the enemy team at the moment, because he's absolute garbage, but whatever.
Bring back AP Tryndamere. Bring it back. It was totally fair.
Even more surprising that a champ with only one damaging ability can be played AP, right? Because
he only did it for the heal. It had like a 2.0 AP ratio. It was ridiculous.
1.0 AP ratio on the E as well. So
yeah, the Q and the E had a ridiculous AP ratio for some reason.
Better than AP Rengar. AP Rengar was the thing as well.
I know, I played it.
Oh god.
I love AP Rengar. It's dumb as hell, but I still play top lane Rengar.
Yep. But yeah. This series was a little surprising. We expected Loki to look stronger.
It was what, an 84% fan vote or something?
Yeah, it was very clearly in favor of Loki here. They got upset. Loki's a very strange team. Sometimes they look very good. They 2-0 DBL. I mean, that was a very convincing showing from Loki. Then they just lose against EVOS for no real reason. Strange team to assess. I still don't really know how I feel about Loki. I think Gum and Flash are probably better. Loki against DBL, I would like to see that in playoffs, actually.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. However, that will do us for tonight, I think. Anything else? We'll see you tomorrow, guys, for the incredibly hype series. It's actually two pretty good games tomorrow.
Yeah, should be a great game day to close out week 6. We have a lot of implications for these matches. If DBL win tomorrow, we have our 4 teams for playoffs. If they lose, there's still a slight chance for EVOS to break into the top 4. So huge implications from that match. Second match is very important for both teams as well. For Flash, in terms of seeding, for QG to avoid relegations actually, because now FTV is dangerously close. QG is on a big losing streak, 4 series in a row lost. So come back tomorrow for a very nice day to close off week 6. Thank you all for joining today. Have a good day.
See you guys.